Hiya, my name's Susan Sims, I'm 52, I come from Castlemilk. Absolutely love Castlemilk, my heart's in Castlemilk, no doubt about it. Even though I work in Clydebank. 37 years in a chip shop, same company. Oh, when you think about that, it's awful. But anyway, my usual routine is, I get up about 8 in the morning. First thing I do is hit the kettle. Do not do nothing without a cup of coffee and a cigarette, even though I'm trying to go off them, but it's not happening. Well, on off, usual. But that's the first thing I do in the morning, cup of coffee and a fag. And then I'll go and run a bath and chill out for probably an hour. My husband normally needs to rattle the door and say, Susan, are you drowning in there? But nah, I don't. So I'll get up, probably take me, the hair's normally half dried before I even finish blow drying and start getting the hairdryer out because I'm that busy on Facebook, snooping the social media, see what's happening with everybody, sending out the birthday messages that I tend to miss quite a lot of people, so I'll apologise for that. And then I'll hover about, normally have a blether in my hobby. He's normally going, stop rattling in my ear, Susan, you're always rattling on. And then normally about 11, I'm normally starving because I've not ate anything because I've messed about that much all morning. I'll have a bit of toast. I like salmon spread. A lot of people go like that, salmon spread, and I also like mackerel at a tin, which people are like, oh, that's disgusting, but I like that. That's one of my favourite things, is toast and mackerel or toast and salmon spread. And then I'll probably give my wee mammy a wee FaceTime, or she FaceTimes me. She normally FaceTimes me at the top of her forehead. She never susses that out. I just go, hello forehead, mum. But she's great, my wee mammy. So she'll be like, what are you doing? I'll be like, oh, I'm just going to get ready for work soon. Mess about. Then I'll come down the stair and I'll stick in a wee washing. Have a blether with one of the neighbours or the fence, and then I'll come in, hang it up and say to my man, make sure you bring it in. Normally about 3 o'clock, I'll get organised for heading for my work, which is, I'm about 40 minutes drive if there's no bad traffic and there's no road closures. That's the worst ever, is when you're getting cut off and all the diversions. When that COP20 was on, was murder. Try to find my way to my work for Castlemilk to Clydebank, which is terrible. But when I get to my work, I absolutely love a crowd that I work with, good mob. So if the boss isn't working, I'm normally on the fryers doing the frying, but most of the time he hardly ever takes a day off. So I do the pizzas, which I absolutely love, but not on a hot day when you've got a double oven shining on your back. You're like, oh, please stop, can I take the heat? But so I like doing the pizzas. I love the customers. You get so many characters in with the customers that come in. We've got a few that come in for the pub and give all the chant and all that. What are you doing tonight, darling? Which is a good laugh. I love that crowd. But normally it's about, we open up about 4:30, and I'm like, do I know, have some chips? But there's a new routine that we're trying to do the new, is no eat chips after 6, do this fasting thing, which is absolutely murder when you work in a chip shop, because you're like, oh, if I eat the new at 4:30, you're like, I can't eat it all 4, it's too early. I'm like, no, I'm starving because I missed my bloody lunch. So it's like, no, I'll have a wee tray of chips and some cheese, and then you're like, before you know it, you're absolutely hammered. They're frozen, you end up having to put it in the bin. But that's fine. But normally, and I've got a list of stuff to do before I even start, and that's cut the cheese, which is normally 2 big blocks of cheddar with a block of mozzarella, but it's not so bad, you just chop it down. Grater, we've got a machine that does it. It normally takes me about 10 minutes if I'm uninterrupted, if I'm not answering the phone or gabbing to the customers or the staff, which is terrible. We do have a right rattle. It's been with most of the staff I've worked with, I've been about 20 plus years, so they're like family, and the boss, I've known him ever since I was 15, so you can say he's like my work husband. I've got my husband at home and I've got my work hubby, and I swear when there's ever a day off, they're in cahoots. They'll normally say, oh, I'll take a week off. Well, I'm away to Italy that week, she's working. So I've always said it, I've said it for years, my work hubby and my husband are in cahoots to make me work like a slave, but hey ho, that's fine. Normally after I've done the cheese grating and served the customers their pizzas, normally the slips will come in off the app. There's like a wee app machine that we've got, which I've not got a clue how it works, but I'm sort of getting there now with it. I'll give you the list and I'll get all these. But see, as soon as you put it down my counter, I don't know, just a spot of water or pineapple juice, it just destroys the whole app strip, which is not too bad because like you can press the button again. My boss will be like, how many times? Well, it's just one of these things. I get away with it after 37 years, don't I? And then normally, the worst thing I hate is spicy chicken. Normally on a Monday night it's spicy chicken. You need to chop absolutely a ton of spicy chicken. That's the worst job. And if you burst the glove with a knife, you're stained, your fingers are stained for about a bloody week. So that's probably the worst job, is the spicy chicken. Onions, you're stoning. If you're like that, please let it be. Whoever it is, try and get away with no doing the onions. That's the usual stuff. Don't chop the onions, leave it the person the next day. But sometimes you've no choice, you've got to. But you're standing there with big red eyes and the customers are like, are you alright there? And you're like, I'm alright, it's just the onions, honest. So if you're ever emotional, I always get the onions out and work. That's what I say, you've got away with it. And then normally about 6 o'clock, about 5 to 6, I'm normally going, right, I'm starving. I'll eat something as quick as I can now. So we normally get a wee half-hour break, but because we're shutting a wee bit earlier now, we're all sort of snibbing our breaks so that we can get out for 10 o'clock. So we're like, right, we'll do a quick 10 minutes instead of like half an hour what we would normally take, which is no bad. But plus we can hit the kettle on at any time for a wee coffee or a tea. And quite a lot of us tend to go up to the shops for the biscuits and that. So my usual routine for shutting down the shop is normally about 9 o'clock. I'll have a bucket, I'll clear off my fridge, shut everything, put it all away. We've got a batter, like a bowl thing that does the dough, that mixes the dough, that I need to scrub, which is murder once it dries in. You need to actually scrape the bloody thing, which I hate using a scraper. Metal to metal, I always think you wreck the bowls. But I do it anyway, get it done, dusted. Once we've done that, somebody will go into the back and do the dishes and that, so you'll run about and try to help whoever's held back. So we're out the shop, but normally 10 o'clock, dub the front door of the shop. And then we're normally out for about 10:15 because we start, I start early, I start 9 o'clock. I'm like, woof, starts clearing the corner and then we help everybody. And then, well, we don't spend too long outside the front shop because we're all that busy trying to get home. And my worst fear is if there's something on at Hampden or if there's something on at Ibrox, doesn't matter which road I go, I get caught in the traffic. And then once I think the worst I ever got caught was a 2-hour wait on the expressway. I thought I'll no go the M8 under the tunnel and out onto the M8 because there was a game on at Ibrox. But there was something on at the exhibition centre. But it turns out 2 hours I sat. I didn't get home at about 12 o'clock at night, but I was raging, but that was another time. But the time, normal time, I'll make it, I'll hit the expressway, South Street Expressway, Kingston Bridge, come off, and I'll do a wee burling going to the M74. That's my favourite road for getting myself home, up home a day. If it's clear and there's nothing on at Hampden, I'm straight up the road and I can normally make it for about 10 to 11, for about 10:15, which is good going. I think the quickest time I ever made it home was 17 minutes, but we'll not say too much about that. I did run a red light and the lights were good to me that night. I made it through, so it wasn't too bad. But normally about 10:45, I'll come straight in, get home, get washed, because normally you're about that thick of grease on your face, we working in a chip shop. Get my jammies on, and I do try to get to sleep for 11:30. If I don't touch my phone, I can normally get to sleep for about 11:30, and then I'll start my routine over again, try and get up about 8.